And we're live. What's up, guys? We are going to be breaking down some college basketball action today. We got the NBA All-Star break, so no NBA going on. But I've been able to find some pretty good value on, well, the best value, I should say, for the slate tonight on the college basketball board. So we're going to be breaking it down with you guys here in this one. We're going to be talking some Prizepicks, some underdog fantasy. I haven't been able to do some underdog videos in quite some time. So if you're not familiar with this app, guys, it's another fantastic option for you to go ahead and utilize. If you use the promo code KJKDFS, they'll match you up to $100 over on Underdog as well. And what's really cool about Underdog out of all things is for those of you guys that like to run your 2 and 3 picks, the 3-pick standard entry on Underdog is optimal as they pay out 6x. So on Prizepicks, they're only paying out 5x. You go on over to my Discord University tab, and you can see the ranking of the best implied odds for long-term profit on Underdog. You got your 5-pick insured entry, your 5-pick standard, and your 3-pick standard, but they're pretty much identical as far as implied odds are concerned. So your 3-pick standard entries you're going to be placing on Underdog Fantasy. So I already did lock one in myself here today, and I'm going to be sharing it with you guys here as long as there's no bumps. And talking some plays, talking what I like on this college basketball slate. So excited to get into it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I mean, the value is somewhat limited, guys, so I'm pretty much just, I'm just going to get straight to the point as far as like the plays I'm providing. I'm just going to give you like my exact ticket that I already locked in myself and sent over to the VIP here today on Prizepicks and on Underdog Fantasy. So we'll run a 6-pick flex on Prizepicks. We'll run a 3-pick on Underdog as long as no bumps have occurred. And any questions you have along the way, feel free to drop them in the chat. And then, of course, like I'll be explaining why I like these plays as we go along. So quick little check here. Please drop it better. I would love to drop it better, man. We've been killing it. Yeah, we have, but they don't have college basketball. Really, the only option going on over there is NHL tonight. And there's only a one game. It's only a 1-game slate on NHL. But as far as better, yeah, man, I've been crushing over there. If you want to get access to all of my tickets, guys, I'll have some more plays in the VIP. That'll be linked below in the description. It's on Patreon. You can just search KJKDFS VIP on Google, or go to Patreon and type in KJKDFS, or it'll all be linked below. But that's where you're going to want to go to get access to all these tickets that I share on the community page, right? Yeah, I've swept on better, like, I don't even know how many nights in a row now. Hit that one last night. Had a hit on Underdog. And the night before, we swept 3 better tickets over there, one of which I gave out for free on the channel as well. So we've been crushing better. I'd love to give you a better ticket, but we don't really have the option, man, until the All-Star break's over and NBA's back. We're just kind of be rocking with some college basketball action here. So it's not that I don't want to share. It's just I can't. Have they not capped you on better? No, not yet. I hope they don't, man. It's only $50 units on 5 picks. So my count, I'm sitting on like 6,000 right now, I think, in there. I mean, I just barely really started using the app. So I would hope they wouldn't cap me this quick, man. I mean, like, I'm probably up like 5 on them on this year, but nothing crazy enough to be capped. I would hope not. I kind of started out over there very recently, so but anyways, let's talk some plays. We got 77 people in here, guys. I know college basketball isn't available to everyone in every state, so that's the other part that kind of stinks about this, but it's kind of what we're working with right now. So as long as the NBA All-Star breaks here, we'll just kind of talk some college basketball, and I'll break down some plays. And like I said, this will be an exact sip that I myself am playing that I already sent into my my VIP, and we'll try to chug along here. College basketball will be a little bit different, so, you know, don't exactly have the routine down quite as good as the NBA, but okay, final little review here of the questions, and then we'll start getting into some plays. We got 21 likes, guys. If we can get this thing up to 50, that'd be fantastic. We'll start breaking down a 6-pick flex on Prizepicks. And then, actually, you know what? We're going to do Underdog first because I'm scared about bumps occurring on Underdog. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share an Underdog 3-pick for you right off the bat. If you don't have the Underdog Fantasy app, guys, use the promo code KJKDFest. They'll match you up to $100. I will drop the link as well in the chat to try to make it easy on you guys. But we'll get straight to the point. As soon as we get this thing up to 50 likes, I'll drop my exact 3-pick that I've already locked in over on Underdog. We'll talk about why I like these plays exactly, but they all have pretty good value, and one of them is not even available on Prizepicks. So we want to be taking advantage of as many apps as possible. If you're new to the channel and you don't know that, you know, we can find value on certain apps that we can't find on others. So that's why we do what we do. As far as detecting the best value on all apps, I'll go ahead and pin this. Once again, guys, this is Underdog Fantasy. This is the app that I'm bringing up. They are available on desktop and mobile, so you can download them on the App Store from well, I mean, if you just click my link in the chat, it'll be the easiest way because it'll just pop up on your phone. But we're at 33. Get this thing up over 50, guys. The very first play that I'd like to discuss, I'm actually just going to go ahead and pull up my tickets here on the side because the first play you can't get on Prizepicks. It's a really good play over here. I hope it's still available. And we're going to be talking about Mr. Butler. Yes, Lamont Butler, 2.5 assists. I like the over here. Like I said, he's not even available on the Prizepicks board, unfortunately, because this is a fantastic play, but they don't have his assist prop listed over here, so we're just going to be able to play this on Underdog Fantasy as far as this prop's concerned. And we want to be bringing in as many data points as we can to determine if these are good plays, right? If you've been tuning into my NBA content, you kind of already know this. We're scanning the market. This is OddsJam for those of you that aren't familiar. If you like this tool, as you see me using it, this is the sportsbook screen. They have an optimizer. They have other tools over here as well. But if you like this tool as I'm going along and using it and you'd like to use it yourself, you can use the promo code KJKDFS when you sign up on OddsJam to receive 35% off your first month. So what this is doing, guys, is it's bringing all the sports betting data market, right? Every single book that's listing a line for this guy's prop. On the assists, we're looking at Butler here. And the best possible place that we can place this is on Underdog at -122 implied odds. Once again, as far as like the implied odds on Underdog Fantasy, we talk about it all the time on Prizepicks. As far as 5 and 6 pick flexes, we're getting a -119 implied odds per individual leg, right, guys? So the 5 picks we're getting -119, the 6 picks we're getting -119. I already pulled this up, but just as a reminder, this is in my Discord. This is the university tab that I supply to give everyone a clear visual on the best type of slip types you should be playing on each app. 5-pick and shorter -120, so those are fantastic to be playing. 5-pick standard, not much worse, but then the 3-pick standard entry, like I said, are optimal as well. They pay out 6x as opposed to only 5x on Prizepicks, so I'll just keep repeating that. That's really the coolest thing about the Underdog Fantasy app, like hands down, is you can play a lot of 3-pick standard entries and they are optimal. Because I know everybody wants, you know, everybody's constantly wanting the 2 picks, the 3 picks. They're easier to hit, all that stuff, and they get frustrated when I say that 5 and 6 pick flexes are optimal on Prizepicks. So if you like your 3 picks, you can take the same props oftentimes over on Underdog, right, guys? Or you can get props, like in this case, we can't even get on Prizepicks on Underdog Fantasy. So it's a fantastic perk to using them, right? But we scan the market. This is heavily favored. I mean, this is crazy. A lot of these college basketball props we're going to be discussing on the stream, you're not quite able to get as good a value as like NBA props, right? So we're not talking like -150 average odds or better like we can get on NBA with so many props. A lot of these are like you're sitting at -130. But Lamont Butler's assist is heavily favored on some of these. Tapico's at -175 on his over. We got BetSafe at -143, -135 on Sports Interaction. Like the entire market is favoring this pretty heavily. And like I said, this is pretty significant because a lot of props in NCAA, like I said, we're sitting at like minus 130 on either the over or the under. So, long story short, this prop is tremendous, and it's not available on Prizepicks. It's only available on Underdog Fantasy, so we can only lock this in over here, but we're going to take advantage where we can, right? Unfortunately, the overlay is a little bit cut off here, but it's Lamont Butler. It is his over 2.5 assists, and like I said, we can't get this on Prizepicks, unfortunately. We'll talk about my top Prizepicks here in a second, but like there's a reason Prizepicks isn't listing it. Essentially, what they're saying is this prop's too dang good. We're not going to even include it on the board. We're going to get beat too bad. Underdog Fantasy offers more props. They're giving it to us. This would be my top prop on the entire college basketball slate. If it was available on Prizepicks, but it is available on Underdog, so it's my favorite prop on Underdog by far. Like I said, we're looking at some serious value over here that we can't quite get on Prizepicks. So that'll be my first one that I certainly like. The second one that I like will be available on both sites. We're looking at good value on the over here, and it's going to be 36 likes, guys. Get this thing up to 50. I'll drop the full 3-pick if you would, please. I'm going to drop it anyways for those of you that are tuning in. I really do appreciate it. It's just a nice way of gaining support, if at all possible. But the second guy, and like I said, I'm a little bit scattered-brained here with the first day covering college basketball content in a while, but I've already got the plays locked in. I've been locked in on the VIP side of things today, so I can just pull them up and help my brain think here. Second play is going to be available on both platforms, guys. It's going to be Sean Bairstow, and it's once again going to be an assist prop. I like his 3.5, and I once again do like the over. We're looking at some pretty good value across the market on his prop as well. Once again, guys, it's not the largest slate, so these are just kind of the best options we're rocking with. As far as the slate's concerned tonight, we got like 4 games going on. We got the Villanova-Georgetown game to start things off. We got VCU, St. Louis, Ohio, Toledo, and New Mexico, San Diego State. So, not the greatest of slates, but we're going to work with the best possible value that we have. And like I said, this will be the second guy. For some reason, this page is not listing him as a starter. I think it's a bit of a glitch. He just returned from injury. Really, his only issue on the season has been that he hasn't been able to stay healthy. But he is back. He did start the last game. And, you know, he's expected to start again. You look at the season-long stats here for this VCU team. Over the last 5 games, he leads the entire team in minutes per game, right? So I think that's just an error on their starting lineups page. But he's back. He's healthy. He's playing 33 minutes per game, 8.9 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game. Obviously, we're targeting the assist prop here, right? And one thing that really sticks out to me is we look at his season-long stat, guys. And like I said, you look at where his line is set. This is a guy that's putting up 4.4 assists per game. He's playing 32 minutes per game, and he is the starting point guard. Like I said, for some reason, that lineup page didn't listen to him. But this one is Bairstow at the guard position. It's a 4.5 spread. We're looking at a minus 146 over-under here in this one. So, obviously, point guard position is the best possible position you could be at to be dishing out assists. For those of you that are basketball knowledgeable people, you probably understand that. Like, that's the main position that's going to be getting the most assists, right? The point guard position. It's kind of basic knowledge, but let's just call it how it is, right? 20% usage rate, and the minutes are really big, right? So as far as his health and everything returning last game, he should be good to go here. We look at how many minutes he played in the last one. I'm not worried about any restrictions or anything. He just returned on the 9th against Dayton, played 34 minutes. Dished out 3 assists, 8 rebounds in that one, 6 points. So would have came up short of the assist prop in this particular game. But like I said, the minutes are there, and he's literally putting up like full entire assists more than where his line set today, right? He's putting up like 4.5 essentially. We're getting him at the 3.5 line. So lastly, right, we want to be looking at as many data points as we possibly can on as far as the sports betting market. And we can go ahead and pull him up here, and we're going to see he is favored across the industry once again, right, guys? So we're looking at minus 127.5 average odds across the industry. That's kind of, like I said, college basketball, unfortunately, you know, in a perfect world, we're getting props that are like minus 200 if we would if we could really get lucky, but I mean, we're working with what we can work with here. So we're getting minus 127.5 average odds. We're getting minus 130 on the over on FanDuel, minus 125 BetMGM, minus 125 DraftKings. And we want multiple data points if at all possible. The score's got them at 130. ESPN Bet's got them at 130. So that's kind of what I discussed to lead things off with the first prop with Butler. We were getting some rare value on the over as far as college basketball action is concerned. Typically, a prop like that's going to be bumped. And Sean Bairstow, same story, right, guys? So we want to be looking at as many data points as possible. 1, the guy's averaging an entire assist more. 2, he's the point guard. 3, the minutes are up. Really, the only reason he wasn't playing was injuries, right? He returned from injury. All these things are good. And then I guess for a little like cherry on top, we want to be looking at the total and like who's favored in the game, right? So we look at the total and who's favored in the game. This game comes in with a 146 over under. It's a 5-point spread in favor of VCU. So, they're predicted to score the majority of the points in the game. And we're taking the over on their point guard, right? You divide the 146 in half, and then you add an additional 5 towards the VCU side, take away a 5 on St. Louis, and you're going to be getting the applied totals for both teams. But you get the point. Everything lining up here for him to be a good play, and he is available on Prizepicks as well. He'll be included in our Prizepicks slip, but for right now, we're going Underdog Fantasy because you can't get the first play that we're talking about on Prizepicks as we discussed, right? You can't get the value that we're getting on Butler on Prizepicks, so you want to be taking advantage over here on Underdog Fantasy. This is like my top prop on the entire board by far. I really wish it was available on Prizepicks, but it isn't. But Lamont Butler, over 2.5 assists on Underdog Fantasy is a fantastic prop. And then for the third one, we got 46 likes, guys. Get this thing up to 50 likes if you would, please. If you're enjoying, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. You don't miss the live streams. You don't miss the pre-recorded content that I upload. It really does help me out. And like I said, I'm giving you guys actual plays that I've already locked in myself, that I'm backing myself, and I'm sending into my VIP today. It's a small college basketball slate, so we're working with what we got, but I'm giving you actual plays. And what you're seeing me do on screen right now, reviewing the market, finding the value, all the statistics and stuff I'm pulling up. It's my same process every single day, right? It's the same thing that's leading to all these. This is my YouTube community page. If you go to my YouTube channel and hit the community, you can see like all of these winners I'm posting, right? Where I'm sweeping these tickets. It's the same process. I'm scanning the market. I'm looking for value. There might be some pending injuries, so I'm waiting on those injuries to come out, and then I'm seeing that lines are misrepresented there. But all the concepts we're talking about is what's leading to these wins. It's the same thing every day for me, right? So giving it to you guys here for free on the stream today, but I just want to make that known. Like, it's the same process going into these picks, right? It's never changing. It's never switching up. So if things go bad one night, it's like, that stinks. We targeted the best value, on to the next, right? So I've been on, like someone said in the chat, it's true. I've been on quite a heater on better picks specifically. But it's using the same process. All these tickets, all these winning tickets you're seeing, it's the same thing we're discussing here. Okay, guys? So I just want to make that known. So we do have 52 likes. I'm going to give you the third pick. And like I said, I already locked this ticket in myself, already sent it in. So I'm already locked in. Hopefully this isn't bumped. I hope it's not. But we got the over 50. So thank you. And let me pull up, like I said, guys, I got to make sure I'm, pulling up the same lines here. Yeah, still available. So our final pick is going to be Jaden Ladie under 19.5 points. Okay, guys. You look at Prizepicks on this prop, right? Talk about targeting the top value we can get. You can see he's already been bumped down to 19.0 on Prizepicks. So we're once again getting value we cannot get on Prizepicks on Underdog Fantasy. You literally can't get the Butler play on Prizepicks, and you cannot get this Ladie play on Prizepicks because they've already bumped it, right? So why have they bumped it? Because there's value on his under. Once again, right, guys? 19.5 is down to 19.0. Prizepicks is saying This is too good of a prop. We don't want our users to beat us too badly. So we're going to take that 19.5. We're going to make it 19.0. We go over to Underdog Fantasy. They haven't quite made that adjustment yet, right? So we can take advantage here on his under. We once again scan the market, right, guys? We want as many data points as we can possibly get. The more data points we can get, there's millions and millions of dollars put in these lines, the more accurate we can see, the more accurate our props are going to be, the better value we're going to capture. The more informed we're going to be of plays with good value. You get the point. So let's go ahead and pull him in here. I don't have him searched. And you can see, literally, the best possible place that we can place this is on Underdog, where we're getting minus 122 implied odds in either a 3 or 5 pick, right? We scan the market. FanDuel has them all the way down to 18.2. On average odds with all of these books pulled in, we're looking at 19 even, and they're still favoriting the under 120.7 on the average odds with all those factors brought in, right? That's another thing I like to look at. If we're able to get a number where they're listing an entire number off on other books, it's just informing us that we're getting even better value on the number we're capturing, right? So the 19.5 under, we're getting really, really good value. We have the under favored on BetMGM. It's pretty much even money on BetRivers at 18.5. Slightly favored on the over at 18.5 on Caesars, but nothing crazy. And then you look at DraftKings, they've got them at 19.5, but there's some pretty heavy juice on the under with minus 140. Once again, when it comes to college, it's just something you'll notice if you're scanning the DraftKings sports books or other books. We're looking at a lot of like minus 130. Minus 140 is pretty significant. They're saying like, this guy's pretty favored on the under at that 19.5 line. So hopefully that makes sense, right? We're scanning. We want as many data points as we can possibly get. And then obviously the fact that Prizepicks has already bumped it. Prizepicks is a huge company now. I'm sure if you're watching this, you're probably aware of that. They got all sorts of influencers and commercials going on now, stuff. Like, they are the real deal, right? So when we see a prop that's bumped on their app, it's very significant, right? They have sharp lines as well. So that's a 3-pick we can get on Underdog. Once again, we want to be placing 3-pick standard entries because they are going to give us that 6x, and those will be our 3. Hopefully, if you're tuning in and you're listening along, that makes a lot of sense, right? We're getting value that we can't capture on Prizepicks. The first play, guys, I'm sorry it cuts off on the screen. It's kind of a pain, but I'll just search it so it's very clear to see here. The first play, and it would be my best play on the entire college basketball board if it was available on Prizepicks. It is going to be the Lamont Butler over 2.5 assists. All right, guys. So once again, I already placed this myself. I did already send it into the VIP. Whatever you guys typically place for a unit, go ahead and place on this. As far as my own, I'm not even going to bring it up, honestly, because my unit's probably higher than a lot of people, so I'd rather just not even make it known. But I'll make it known that I backed this play. All right, guys. And I did send it into the VIP, so this is a free slip for you here today. I can bring that up to prove it to you as well, right? I send these in, and I have a 4-star rating system. All it's going to do is allow them to know exactly how much they should be putting in. So I place it myself, right? Then I'm going to screenshot the ticket and send it into them. So I've already placed this myself, already sent it to them, and this is a clear visual because the cutoff of the Underdog Fantasy app, I know it's kind of not showing you there. We have a smaller slate today, so this is probably my only play on Underdog. So I'm just sharing it with you here for free on the stream. Hopefully you appreciate that. And we broke down precisely why I like these plays. All right, guys, so hopefully that all made sense to you. We have a lot of market data supporting them favored on the over. We talked about even the averages of a guy in Sean Bairstow, the minutes. That's all factored into the market, right, guys? I just bring it up to give you even more of a visual. And so, I mean, the guy's literally averaging 4.4 assists. His props at 3.5, right? We're getting pretty good, law of averages on the over 3.5 just with that statistic alone. But that's obviously all dialed into the sports betting market, millions and millions of dollars. That's what I'm scanning every single day. Let's find the best value. Let's beat the bumps. Jaden Ledee's already been bumped down to 19.01 on Prizepicks. We talked about that. Butler's not even available on Prizepicks. And Sean Bairstow is the one play that is available on Prizepicks. So we're going to be placing him in our Prizepicks slip as well. I'll tell you that right now. because I do really like him as a play here today, as I discussed. But that's going to be our 3-pick over on Underdog Fantasy. Once again, 2 of the plays have already been bumped on Prizepicks. They're not even available. I'm sorry, one of the plays isn't even available on Prizepicks. One of the plays has already been bumped. One play is, but we're capturing a good piece of value, 2 pieces of value, I should say, that we can't get over on Prizepicks, right? So take advantage on Underdog Fantasy. That is exactly why we're placing it over here rather than Prizepicks. Hopefully that makes sense. Right, guys, so hopefully you followed along there. Hopefully that makes sense. If you locked it in the chat, would you please let me know? If you got that Underdog Fantasy ticket placed, would you please let me know? I just want to make sure that everyone was able to see it clearly on the screen. I think everybody was able to pretty clearly. And like I said, I'm backing it with my own money. It's a 1 unit, so whatever your unit is. And the reason I developed the unit system, like I said for my Discord, is really I don't want to be encouraging people to be irresponsible with their bankroll, right? So we're all at different steps in our journey. Some people might be placing $10. Some people might be placing $500, right? So it doesn't matter. We're all 6xing our money. Whatever you can afford or whatever your unit is, you know, you're just going to keep building that, learning. And as you go up, as you continue to build the bankroll, then your unit size can go up, right, guys? But we're all 6xing our money. That's the goal. So that's precisely why I developed the unit system over there. I'm always going to back my plays with my own money, I promise you. It's just, you know, let's say I'm putting $100 and someone's typically placing $5 and they see that I'm putting $100. I've found it tends to encourage people to be somewhat irresponsible when they're learning, and I don't want to encourage that, if that makes sense. So that is why I've developed this star system. But I can assure you and promise you I'm always backing it with my own money. And like I said, my unit size typically is as high as I can place it, if at all possible, at this stage of the game. I take this very seriously. I do this full time, every single day. So, you know, it's not a joke to me. I want to help people for free. I want to help people in my VIP. And of course, I want to win myself. That is the goal. So that'll be our first slip over on Underdog. Hopefully that was helpful. And it looks like Bearstow might be getting removed off the board right now. Hopefully you guys got that in, man. He's dimmed. Did anyone miss that play? Please tell me no. Is he getting taken off the board? Yeah, it looks like he might have just been removed. Yeah, so hopefully you played that, man. This is another reason I provide the VIP package, because that happens all the time, right? If a play has good value, it will either get removed and or bumped, right? So as we go along here, if you're interested in that, that will be linked below in the description. But like I said, I'm just giving out the plays for free here today. I decided to hop on the stream. I do just want to make it known, like I get asked if I have a Discord or a premium. It's the answer to both is yes. It's a Discord. You purchase it on Patreon and you link your Discord to your Patreon account, and that'll automatically give you access to my Discord. So hopefully that makes sense. That's another option. If you're someone that's looking to get very serious and really lock in, like I said, so that slip that I just shared with you guys, I had already sent in earlier. I had already locked it myself. So if you just missed that on the stream, that really stinks. I'm sorry. I tried to share it with you for free, but Bearstow might no longer be a play. Over there, it looks like he might not be available anymore. So that will happen throughout the day on these apps. They will take plays off the board. They will bump plays, and they do it very quickly. Oh, there he is. He's back. So he's back, guys. So perfect. If you missed it, you should still be able to play at these lines, hopefully. Drop the prize picks. Yes, we will get to it. We got 105 in here, guys. Let's get this thing up to 75 likes, if you would, please. And I will share the full 6-pick flex on prize picks. We will kind of go ahead and start breaking it down. So one of the plays that we're going to be playing, we already discussed, so we can get right to the point on that. Sean Bearstow assist. I think it's a phenomenal prop. I already broke down for you guys exactly why I like it. He hasn't been healthy for a portion of the season, so that has affected his availability. Obviously, he hasn't been playing, but he is back. No restrictions. We already talked about it, but for those of you that might just be tuning into the stream, he literally just played 34 minutes and got the start last time out against Dayton. So he should be good to go here, right? He played 34 minutes. It's all good. I can't play him on sleeper. Yeah, man, that's why I'm doing Underdog Fantasy and Prizepicks today, because these props aren't available on these other apps, right? So we're dealing with the NBA All-Star break. Unfortunately, I can't do my my typical NBA picks that I know everyone can gain access to. College isn't legal in every single state. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. I used to be in a state where it wasn't available. I'm now in a state where it is available, so that's been a fantastic addition for me. But yeah, sorry, man. Some of these plays aren't going to be available. We're talking Underdog Fantasy and we're talking Prizepicks today, so you're just going to have to play them on those apps. If you don't have those apps, you can use my promo code and get your first deposit matched. If you do have those apps, hopefully you can just tail along today. And like I said, I'll be dropping a full 6-pick here with you guys shortly. We got over 100 people in here, so thank you to everyone that's tuning in. Thank you to everyone that's liking, subscribing, all that fun stuff. And we should be able to get this thing up to 75, and I'll share a full 6-pick flex, but I'm going to continue along here. So that's our first play. We already kind of broke that one down, so you guys kind of already know why I like that play. The next one, so we're going to talk about a little bit of a strategy here too, right? So I've been able to find multiple props today with value on the over and under on the same team, which is positively correlated, right? So the next two plays, we'll just talk about that concept and why I like. We took Sean Underdog at 2.5. The bump on PP is still worth with jumping a full point. What are you talking about, man? I don't think. Did I miss something? He's listed at the same line. No, we didn't take Sean at 2.5. We took Lamont Butler at 2.5, bro. So they're two different props. They're two different players. I was gonna say, don't tell me I missed that bad. No way. Yeah, two different players. So you're talking about a different prop. It was Lamont Butler that we were able to capture at 2.5 on Underdog. So maybe you just looked at the wrong thing or something, but whatever the case may be. Okay, the next two, we're finding good value on two props, and they're on the same team, and they're both involving rebounds, right? So what we can do is, it just makes sense in this scenario to take the under on one guy and the over on the other, because they're on the same team. So if one guy's grabbing the rebounds, the other guy can't, right? It's a simple concept, but it's really, really smart when building your tickets. So the two guys we're going to discuss, I believe, are going to be Burton and Dixon. I say believe once again. Forgive me, my brain's a little bit crushed here, but I can just bring up my exact plays on my side monitor here when I pull up the screen to ensure I'm giving you guys the correct plays that I already researched thoroughly. Don't you worry. We already did all the diving into. Yes. And so the first guy is going to be Burton, Dixon. I did name them correctly. And the first play will be Burton's under. And it's going to be a 6.5 PRA. As you can see, he has consistently not been clearing this prop. I really don't care about that. That's not part of my process. These last 5 charts mean nothing. But if you're someone that likes trends, well, fantastic, because this pick is going to follow a trend. So that'll make you happy. But I like the under here, 16.5. We're getting good value on it. The market is favoring his under at 16.5. Some places he's actually already been bumped down to 16.0. And I talked about that positive correlation effect, right, guys? So we'll take the under on him. And Dixon, I like the over. So both of these props are going to involve rebounding, right? It just so happens with Dixon, I like his points and rebounds prop, and it's set at 22.5, and I like the over here. So very simplistic concept here, but people don't think about it, so hopefully this will be a nice little lesson for you guys. If you're able to find props with, an under and an over involving 2 players on the same team, it makes sense to put them in the same ticket, right, guys? So they both play for Villanova. This game has a 140.5 over under, 9.5 point spread in favor of Villanova. So if naturally Dixon at the center position is grabbing most of the rebounds, which we want because we're taking his points and rebounds, right? Only one player can grab every rebound per possession on the same team. Burton will not be grabbing the rebounds, right? So it's a nice little bonus. That's obviously not the only thing that's going into the process here, but it's something I want to mention. And then we look at precisely why I like these. We can once again pull up the OddsJam Sportsbook screen, guys. They do have an optimizer here. I just really enjoy the precision of this Sportsbook screen, right? It allows me to bring in every single sportsbook. If this is a lot for you and you're like, what the heck is this guy even talking about? I can't be doing this every single day. You know, you can get OddsJam and use my promo code, or you can get my VIP package and I do all this for you. There's so many resources on the internet in today's world. You got options, people, all right? So Burton is going to be the guy we're discussing, and we're going to be talking about his points, rebounds, and assist prop. Now we scan the market on Burton. I got to put him in the search here so you guys can get a visual here. The best possible place that we can take the under to 16.5 is on Prizepicks in a 5 or 6 pick flex, where we're getting those minus 119 implied odds, right, guys? I accidentally put the over on Ladie. Uh-oh, my friend. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe run another ticket with his under, and then you have a hedge. That way, if he does go over, you're not burnt too bad. But I probably would play the same ticket if you can with his under. The play's on the under, so try to pay attention closely so that doesn't happen again, hopefully for you. But anyways, Tyler Burton's under 16.5. You can see the best possible place we can place this on out of all of these books is on Prizepicks. We're getting, does look like he has now been, I think he was at 16 even on Dabble the last time I had checked. It looks like they actually put him back up to 16.5, but he's already been bumped down to 16 even on Underdog, right? So once again, we're using all of our resources. Underdog is another platform that has a lot of money into setting their lines. He's already been bumped down. So this is the opposite, right? We already talked about a prop that we were taking on Underdog Fantasy that's been bumped down on Prizepicks. Now we're able to capitalize on another prop that's been bumped on Underdog that has not been bumped yet on Prizepicks, right? And we're looking at minus 126 average on the under. And I know it's not like a huge deal to some, and it kind of isn't compared to like some value we can capture on other sports, but the average odds do have him at 16.4, and it's still favored under, right, guys, because of that one bump. So that's just kind of like an added bonus of like that's leaning more towards the under. We'll take every piece of edge that we can get, right? So that's just indicating to us, even at 16.4 is favored on the under at minus 126 on the average odds, if that makes sense. So anyways, and then we pull up the other prop that we like I said. So there's two things going for us. There's going to be value on both props. And then the other thing going for us is, obviously, like I said, if Dixon's grabbing the rebounds, we have his points and rebounds, right? Burton's not grabbing the rebounds. That's further going to help the correlation of our ticket. Obviously, if Burton goes out there and has a huge rebounding game, it's going to hurt us. But our ticket is just going to be dead, and it'll be on to the next. We're going for sweeps, right? We want 6 out of 6. That's where the profit really kicks in. Once we're able to get those 6 out of 6 sweeps, you know, playing optimal slips on Prizepicks, guys, that's really where we're going to profit. If we're able to long-term hit our individual props at a 55% hit rate or higher and 5 or 6 pick flexes, we're going to profit money on Prizepicks. So that's why we play them. If you're hitting 55% or higher, you're going to get a 7% return on investment. That's really solid stuff. Like if you go on the internet and look up good return on investment on Google and other traditional forms of investing, you know, that's not bad if you're telling people you're a gambler. I really hate that word, but sports betting, you know, that's how you're going to be profitable on these apps. So Burton, Dixon, points and rebounds. We can once again, let's look at all of the market data that we have, right, guys? What do we have on his points and rebounds here? And we have Burton typed in. I have to type in the right guy so you can see, but we're looking at, once again, the best possible place that you can place this is on Prizepicks in a 5 or 6 pick flex at minus 119 implied odds. Average odds across the market. Once again, guys, I know it's not like a huge edge, but this is what we're working with. It's NBA All-Star break. We're looking at 22.6 average odds, so it's slightly, you know, above that 22.5 mark, and it's still favoring the over. Because it has been bumped on Dabble. This was actually the prop. I apologize. I thought the previous one had been bumped on Dabble. This has been bumped on Dabble. So that's another data point that we can look at Dabble's saying, there's too much value on the over 22.5. So we're going to bump him up to 23 even. We're going to take away that value. We don't want our users to beat us too bad, and then we can use that data, right, to take advantage on props apps where it hasn't been bumped. So Eric Dixon has not been bumped on Prizepicks yet. We'll go ahead and take that advantage of that. And another sponsor of the program, guys, the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. It's the same concept. You can get 25% off of this tool, KJKDFS. It's going to be kind of, the same thing we were just discussing with the other prop on this is their second best prop according to DGF, but we have 2 data points on the points and rebounds prop, which is fantastic, right? We want to be seeing as many data points as possible, and like I said, unfortunately for college basketball, there's not nearly as many data points as the NBA, right? Where we have hundreds and hundreds of sports books that we're able to capitalize on capturing the data and all that stuff. But we do have 2 legitimate sports books favoring this over on Eric Dixon's points and rebounds at 22.5, right? I don't know why this is bringing in 2 sets of data right now. That's a little bit strange. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. I'm a little spacey today. The other data it's bringing in is the under. So it's just showing us if we were to take the under. That's a bad prop. They're only expecting that to hit at a 48.31% hit rate. Which optimizer is better, odds jam or daily grind? I have said this before, and I will say it again. I really like both, guys. I understand that there's a cost associated with these tools, but they are fantastic. Once again, you can get 25% off with code KJKDFS on Daily Grind, and you can get 35% off on OddsJam with code KJKDFS. So if you want to give it a try, use my promo code, get that discount. Take advantage of that. And then, like I said, the other option is, if you are interested, I do all this myself, and I give all of my tickets as soon as I place them over in my VIP. It's my Discord. It's just you purchase it through Patreon, and all the stuff we're going over on the live stream, I'm doing this every single day. If you're busy at work, if you got too much going on, you're not someone that has access to like a laptop, I don't know, whatever the case may be. This is a very simplistic way to get access to all the data, all of the things I'm talking about, because I'm using it and I'm supplying it to my members. But if you're someone that likes, maybe other sports, you're into esports, you're into NFL, you're into all this stuff, and you like doing your own research, these tools are phenomenal. So, but you can see, but the point being, we have 2 data points, right? DraftKings and Bovada, right? In an ideal world, we would have more. Like in the NBA, we have all of these books, man, but we're dealing with college basketball. So the fact that we have 2 books favoring this on the over is actually like better than what you would think possibly if you're someone that's doing NBA research every day, right? So we got minus 125 on the over on DraftKings and minus 130 on the over on Bovada. We'll take every single data point that we can get. And the other thing that I had brought up, right, is that on this OddsJam sportsbook screen, right, we're also seeing on another app that he has already been bumped, right? We're seeing that Dabble's already taken initiative to bump him up to 23 even. They're like, this is too good of a prop. Our users are going to beat us too badly. So this is all data points we can use and capitalize on to try to beat these apps, right? So that'll be our other pick. Other 2 picks, right? We already discussed the assists on Mr. Bairstow. We like him a lot, so that's 3 for us here on the stream. We got 143 people in here. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Hopefully the Underdog fantasy picks are still available. If you're just tuning in, guys, we already locked in a 3 pick on Underdog. You want to be taking 3 picks on Underdog fantasy because they pay out 6x on, let's see, did this prop get removed? Now I'm seeing Butler is faded. Please don't tell me they took him down. They did. Yeah, so hopefully you tuned in right off the top of the stream and you locked in that Butler pick, guys. Like I said, that was my favorite prop on the entire board. It was only available on Underdog Fantasy, and we were looking at some serious value. So they took it off the board. That makes sense. Hopefully they took it off the board because a lot of you were able to lock in already. But for those of you that just tuned in, that sucks. But I'm going to give you a Prizepicks 6-pick flex if you're just tuning in, guys. We have 152 people in here. If we get this up over 100 likes, I'll drop the full 6-pick flex. We're just slowly building the likes, right, as we go along here. If you've been tuning in, you heard me say 50. We're up to 75. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Subscribe. I'm going to do more of these streams as much as I can here. We got the NBA All-Star break going on, so we are talking some college basketball action today. I do a lot of NBA content for those of you that don't know, so stick around for that. The NFL is already over, but I do NFL content. I do MLB content coming up soon. I'm very knowledgeable on baseball, which seems to be a sport that there aren't as many knowledgeable people on, so if you want to stick around for that, I do cover those as well. But these are our first three, and we want to be placing these in 5 and 6 pick flexes on Prizepicks, right, guys? We're getting minus 119 applied odds per individual leg on those. We want to be taking advantage on this app of the optimal slip types. Is a discount just for just the sign up or every month? It's just for the first month, man, but it's going to give you that discount, and then you can try it, and then obviously if you don't like it, you can cancel at any time. So it's going to give you that extra discount on the first month, and then if you really like it, keep your subscription going, and if you don't, you can always cancel. So we have 3 props. We talked about positive correlation on the Villanova side of things. I also have some positive correlation on the other side on Georgetown that we're going to break down next. So talked about, obviously, if you're taking 2 teammates and you have one guy's, there's value on the over rebounds, we can go ahead and take the under on the other guy so that the other guy, whoever's grabbing the rebounds is taken away from his teammate, and we're getting the best possible correlation to go 6 for 6 in our ticket. That's what we want, right? We want those full sweeps. So I have a similar story over here on Georgetown. And the 2 guys we'll be discussing are going to be number 1 is going to be Dontrez Styles, and I like his points and rebounds prop. They've got him set at 17.5. The data doesn't accurately pull in for college basketball on the Prizepicks board, unfortunately, guys. But I can go ahead and pull up his game logs just so you have a visual of like what this guy's doing, how he's getting the job done here. As far as Dontrez Styles, you can see this is his game logs, right? So this is straight to the point. I'm not a game log watcher. It's just for visual. It's just for content, to be honest. All the data and the points that I'm looking at, I don't care about the last 5 charts. It's a really terrible process if that's what you're looking at, but this will just give you a visual. He's playing a lot of minutes. He's played 38, 37, and 39 minutes respectively the last 3 times out. And you can see he's put up 13 points, 3 rebounds, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 20 points, and 7 rebounds. So he's clearly a guy that really contributes in those 2 categories. That's obviously reflected in the odds. This is why I like the over. At 17.5, we are looking at good value on his over here today. Once again, I've already scanned the market. I've already brought in all these things. We brought up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer points and rebounds for Dixon. We can also be looking at the points and rebounds prop here on their optimizers for Dontrez Styles, right? So he's at 17.5. We want as many data points as we can possibly get here, right, guys? So we look at Styles, 17.5. Once again, we only have 2 data sets that we can go at, but they're both legitimate sports books. So we'll take all we can get. It's just college basketball. There's not as many data points as the NBA. It's the NBA All-Star break. It sucks, but this is what we're dealing with for now. We're talking some college basketball. You can see he's minus 125 on the over, 17.5 on DraftKings, and he's minus 130 on the over on Bovada. They're giving this a 51.69% chance to hit. So not the best value in the world. There are going to be many NBA props throughout the day when we're talking NBA that have much better value. But like I said, we're working with what we can work with right now, right? And all the props I'm giving you, honestly, like these are my essentially my top 6 plays on the board. We're not dealing with the largest slate, right, guys? Or to discuss that, but we're locking in the best possible value that we can. We're trying to take advantage on this college basketball slate here today. And we'll have a better slate tomorrow, right? We're dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4 games essentially. So I just decided I wanted to do a pre-recorded video, but that just wasn't going to happen. And get in all the things I discussed. The live has been working good for interacting as well and questions. So I just said we'll hop on a live, but so yeah, that'll be our first. And then we did discuss some positive correlation on the 2 plays on the Villanova side, right, guys? We have a similar story here for the Georgetown side. So our next play is going to be an under on rebounds. We have the over the points and rebounds on Dontrez Styles, so we want him to be grabbing the boards, right? And we just discussed why there's good value in that prop. Then we go on over to the other side or the other teammate here, and we're going to be discussing Supreme Cook. And there's value on his under 8.5 rebounds here. Did go over last time, 11 rebounds, but the market's telling us he's not expected to go over here tonight. We want to be going ahead and take advantage. This is, once again, guys, this is the process that I use every day. There's a lot more that goes into it than there's so much that goes into it, but I think I'm doing as good of a job as I possibly can of explaining on these streams. We're looking at market data. We're looking at actual statistics. How many minutes is this guy on the court? Yada, yada, yada. Does he get in foul trouble? His line's at 8.5. It would be fantastic if this is a guy that frequently gets in foul trouble if we take his under, right? If he's a guy that's going out there and hacking people every day, we'll take that. If we can just get him in foul trouble and on the bench, that won't hurt our feelings. And you can see Supreme Cook, he plays at the center position. It makes sense. Guys driving to the paint, there's going to be times he gets in foul trouble, right? You're only allowed 5 fouls in college basketball as opposed to 6 fouls in the NBA, so that's another thing of note. Last game he ended with 4. He had 2, 3, fouled out in that game against Providence, as you can see, with the 5 fouls on the 27th. So this would be a good example if he does just so happen to get in foul trouble, right? In this game, he only recorded 4 rebounds. So we'll take every piece of edge we can get. And if he's at the center position, guys are driving to the rim and he gets in foul trouble. This is a perfect example. 5 fouls, he only ended with 4 rebounds. We'll take that every single day. All right, guys. And then let's look at the market data, right? So we got 2 things going for us. Number 1, we're playing him in a ticket with Dontrez Styles, his teammate on Georgetown. We have his over points and rebounds, so we want him to be getting the rebounds. So naturally, when he's grabbing the rebounds, Cook can't. They're on the same team. Only one guy can grab every rebound, right? Simple concept, but it's so valuable to be constructing your tickets like this. If you can, there has to be value in the 2 props, right? We don't want to just be. I mean, I guess you could just take the over and the under on 2 teammates, and I guess you are still technically getting positive correlation, but that's kind of like, that's not as advanced as what I'm talking here. We're getting value on the under and value on the over plus the positive correlation. We're getting every single possible thing that we can get to lead us to success in this ticket, right? So let's look at the OddsJam Sportsbook screen here. Once again, our handy dandy. Like I said, I like this because it's as detailed as it can get. If you're someone that's not maybe quite capable of navigating and such as I can, I get it. But if you're someone that really likes doing your own research, you like scanning as many data points as you can, it does not get better than this. I can pull in over 100, and I have 180 sports books selected right now, right? There's not as many lines listed on college as I've said many times here, so it's not going to be bringing in as much as it would for like NBA, for instance, but we'll take every single piece of edge we can get. We're looking at 8.5 with minus 126.9 on the under here at the 8.5. We got minus 135 on the under on FanDuel, minus 125 on the under on BetMGM, minus 125 on the under on BetRivers, minus 138 on Caesars. So every single one of these pieces of data we can use. Let's see, is he listed at 8 anywhere by chance? I brought that up earlier, right? Especially if you're able to see he's already been bumped elsewhere and or is listed at a lower line. Like if he was listed at 7.5 on a book, for instance, that's another data point that's telling us like this line, we're getting good value on the under. It looks like he's 8.5 across the board here in this case, so we're not getting that in this example, but we're doing everything we can to get a full sweep here, right? We're getting good value on the over on Styles. We're taking his teammates for some correlation on the under on his rebounds. We're doing the same thing that we paired with these 2 Villanova teammates with Burton and Dixon, right? We have the under 16.5 PRA on Burton, the over 22.5 points and rebounds on Dixon, right? So Dixon's grabbing the rebounds. That's going to cut into Burton's usage. All of these things are fantastic for us. And we have 159 people in here, guys. We have 87 likes. Get this thing up to 100 likes. And then what I will do is we'll get straight to the point. I'll pull up my 6-pick flex that I've already placed. I'll share it with you guys and we can all lock in here together to wrap up the stream. All right, guys. So really would be greatly appreciated if you're enjoying. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Once again, guys, once I hop off stream, if you are someone that's really enjoying what you're listening to, you're like, this guy knows what he's talking about, I want more content from him, the VIP member package is going to be where it's at. All those winning tickets you see This is my YouTube community page. Like I said, a lot of people see this. Someone in the comments said like KJK's been hitting every day. We've been on quite a run, specifically on better. Prizepicks NBA hasn't been quite as kind to us over there. Prizepicks is getting tougher and tougher to beat, but better picks, guys, is so valuable to attack right now, man. There's no pushes on their apps. So I've been absolutely loving it on better. Unfortunately, it's NBA All-Star break, so we're just playing college. We're playing what we can take. I kind of discussed how, right, the value in college isn't quite as good as NBA. We don't have quite as many data points. You can't be quite as sharp, but we're doing the best we can on this All-Star break. And obviously, if the plays hit, I'll try to be back with some more content, but I'm going to continue to do these over there. So this kind of just takes all the guesswork out of it, guys. If you are interested, I'll drop this in the chat. I get asked all the time if I have a Discord, if I have premium. The answer is yes to both. I have a premium package, the KJK DFS VIP package, where you pay for it on Patreon. You link your Discord and you get access to the Discord. The only way to get access to the Discord is by purchasing this. You connect your Discord and then you can link up, right? So the slip I'm going to give you guys here today is the very first one that I placed over there. I'm going to have more as soon as I end this thing. So if you want access to all those, that's where you're going to want to go. I will drop the link in the chat real quick. And then, like I said, guys, I'll just pull up the slip and we can all lock in together, right? We'll get straight to the point. We got 98. We need 2 more and we will do that. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to try to do more of these. And let's see. I'm going to drop that link in the chat right now. So if you're someone that's interested in this premium, this is going to be the link to it, all right? We're up over 100 likes, so I'll be bringing up the ticket here shortly, guys. And I will pin this. So those that are confused, I just want to reiterate, and then, like I said, I'll just pull up the exact ticket for you guys. There seems to be confusion, and I really don't understand why, because I have all the graphics and I explained, but my premium is offered on Patreon. It is a Discord. It's just you purchase it, you connect your Discord to your Patreon account. It allows me to process the payment, right? And for security reasons, it only allows people to go into the Discord that have purchased the package and have connected their Discord. So hopefully that makes sense, right? The content is distributed via the Discord. I already did share this Underdog ticket to start off the stream for free here today with the NBA All-Star break going on. I wanted to give you guys some free content. This is the Underdog Fantasy 3 pick. Hopefully you locked that in. It does appear that Lamont Butler's assist has been removed off Underdog Fantasy, so we can no longer lock that in. If you just tuned in, I apologize. But that is a good indicator. That is a very good indicator that we got some really good value. Underdog Fantasy, when they take a prop off the board, what they're telling us is that's too good of a prop. Our users are going to beat us too bad. We're just going to take it off the board. So that's my favorite prop on the entire college basketball slate tonight. It was only available on Underdog, though it's not available on Prizepicks, unfortunately. But I just want to show you guys the premiums to the Discord. I want to show you that I actually am sharing you guys plays, and I do put my own money on these as well. And then, as you can see, the community YouTube page is where you see that. Like, these are all my personal tickets for my account. I put the logo stamp on them because I've had some people in the past try to do things with my winning tickets that weren't so pleasant, such as steal, credit and such in the past in my Discord. So I just started putting a stamp on it, but it's just the plays that I place myself on my own accounts, right? And then I send over to the VIP immediately. So without further ado, let's share this slip. Get your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your whatever you use to play Prizepicks. Ready? Because I'm going to pull it up on the screen right now, and we're all going to lock in together, right, guys? So let me refresh to make sure that my entries are updated here. And let's go ahead and lock in, all right, guys? So here's the 6-pick flex that I got. And it does look like it's not going to all fit on the screen here with this. Here it is. So we got the Tyler Byrne under 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Eric Dixon over 22.5 points and rebounds. Jay Heath over 1.5 3-pointers. That was the one prop we weren't quite able to touch on earlier, guys, but it's the same process that we've been discussing on these, right? There's good value in it. There's multiple data points that I'm touching on. The market's agreeing that there's good value on that prop. All of the concepts I've been discussing throughout this stream apply to these plays, right? So this is the full 6-pick flex that we're rocking with. The Burton under 16.5 points, rebound, assist. The Eric Dixon over 22.5 points and rebounds. The Jay Heath over 1.5 3-pointers made. Dontrez Styles over 17.5 points and rebounds. Supreme Cook under 8.5 rebounds. And Sean Barstow over 3.5 assists. So once you lock this in, if you would please let me know, just so I know everyone saw it, just so I know everyone has locked in with me here today. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up stream and head over to premium and lock in some other tickets here before tip-off. There's only one NHL game tonight. We got the NHL going on. There's only one game. I guess you could game stack that. I think that starts later, so maybe I'll have some plays going for that game. Probably not. And then tomorrow, Saturday, there should be more college basketball games, right, guys? So that'll be a little bit of a better slate, some more value to be attacking. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to do a stream and or video tomorrow. I'm probably going to try to do a pre-recorded video if at all possible for you guys with some more plays. Just the plays might get bumped. The plays might get taken off the board like we saw with that Butler play, unfortunately. Hopefully you tuned into the beginning of the stream. Because Lamont Butler's over assist was a fantastic play that is no longer available in Underdog Fantasy as they have taken it off the board, which stinks, but it is what it is, bro. That's how you know you're doing a good job. When your plays are consistently getting bumped and or taken off the board on these apps, guys. My plays get bumped like crazy. My VIP members kind of get ticked off sometimes because they aren't able to lock it in sometimes with like work or kids or whatever the case may be, and I'm understanding of that, but unfortunately it's not easy to beat these apps. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So I teach all of the concepts on how to beat them, and then I do send them into the Discord immediately. I'm in there all the time for my VIP. I try to do as much free content as I possibly can. If you are new and you're just seeing me, like I said, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will be notified as soon as I go live, as soon as I upload new content, so that you can beat these bumps alongside with me on the free content. I try to do a lot of like fantasy score props for NBA, so everyone can tail the free and they don't get bumped like crazy. But I'm just going to leave this up here for a solid like 5 more seconds. If you locked in, please let me know. Thank you to everyone tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out the door. And yeah, I'll leave this up for another 10 seconds, and then I'm going to end the stream. I just want to make sure everyone is able to lock in. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Premium will be over on the Patreon. Like I said, it's just the Discord. You link up if you want to get access to my other plays that I'm going to be locking in tonight. That's where you're going to be wanting to join. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks college basketball player props, on your Underdog player props. And we'll see you in the next one. We'll see you in the next video. We'll see you in the next live stream.